Hey, my dark and lovely souls. My name is Lenny Graves, and I'm the master of past and present. And I'm here today to read your fortune. When I'm not hanging out in Tower High Sorcery, that's kind of what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tarot card deck, and I'm going to shuffle it really quick. What this is about, my dark and lovely soul, you honestly, at this point, have a better idea than me, because I titled the reading after I do the cards. I let the cards kind of lead me to what I need to know. And I just know that there's a vibe out there, and I believe the universe... So I adjust my head wrap there. The universe sent me to you for a reason, so it's something you need to know. I'm going to knock out my deck like that to see if anybody's home. I'm going to flip the first card, and that card is Judgment. My dark and lovely soul, card of Judgment. It's a really good card. People remember when the Rider-Waite tarot card deck was made. It's the early 1900s, right? And it's very Christian nation people at the time. So Judgment Day is a good thing, right? It's a very positive card. It's also indicative of we're moving in the right path, the right direction. We're on guidance with the path of the universe. But we're going to pull three cards and make a little story for us before we kind of jump to what we need to know. So the second one is the Two of Pentacles, which is about finding, that's close. It's about finding balance in our life. As this gentleman, as you can see, he's kind of juggling. He's kind of making one pentacle work to another pentacle. Sometimes I usually equate this. Most of the time it's between career and home. This is 90% of people, right? But we're going to find out what else is going on here. So we got the Hermit. Hermit can be taken a couple different ways, my dark and lovely souls. The Hermit is sometimes a period of self-reflection. You're coming in and withdrawing from society. That's the most obvious version of the Hermit. But then the other version of the Hermit is the magician involved, right? The magician, how we start the deck, now he's older, he's wiser, he's become that Merlin sorcerer and stuff like that, that character on the cover of a Led Zeppelin album. And so what I'm getting right now, my dark and lovely soul, is you're needing to find balance within yourself to kind of level up your spirituality. And I hate people when they say level up, but I'm going to say it because I've played many video games myself. But that's what it is. You need to find... We're going to pull some more cards, obviously. But right now what I'm getting is you're on the right path, and this should resonate with you. You've been looking, right? You've been searching for the answers. You've been doing some soul searching and stuff like what's your place, what you should be doing. And this isn't about love or career or anything. This is about your soul. This is about your magic, right? And your drive within and stuff like that. And to find that, you kind of got to find balance. And this is between like the mental and the spiritual, maybe even the body too. To be a sorcerer, to be a witch, right? A magician, whatever you want to call it. We have to find the balances in ourselves because we're all about duality. We have to do both. We have to go party, but then we have to be austere. We have to do what we need to do. We have to have both within us, right? Does that make sense? And we have to balance them, and that's where magic comes from. But let's find out. Let's pull a couple more cards and see what's up. Nine of Swords. You've been worried about this, and why wouldn't you? I would worry about this too. We're disconnected from our spirituality and our magic. We don't think our path is right, our soul path. This is our life path, because my dark and lovely soul, people come to me with money troubles all the time. People come to me with love troubles all the time. And, usually I take it in a pretty light heart, because I have found in my life money comes and goes, and love comes and goes. But our soul, our guidance, our path, right? We kind of need that. We need our beliefs. And if that's out of sorts, if our spirit's out of sorts, if our magic's out of sorts, then that will keep us up at night, right? More than anything else could. So Three of Pentacles, we need to work on that, right? My dark and lovely soul, I'm getting this really vibe. You're close to like a spiritual, I don't want to say ascension, that's way too dramatic, that's not what this is. Like an evolution, like you're a Final Fantasy character, and you're going to like become the next level of that, right? Like, there's the sword, there's the magician evolved and stuff like that. You're going to have like a new outfit, cool hat, and stuff like that, and a bigger wand or whatever. But seriously, you're on like the verge of like popping up in your spiritual growth, right? But you got to work on it, right? You got to do the work, because, and I'm a chaos magician, so I believe a lot of what we learn about magic and stuff comes from, I don't know, anything from psychedelic experiments to meditation. I believe that books have their place, but that's not the answer to everything. But in this situation, we've got to put the work in. We've got to go through the dusty libraries and ancient scrolls and stuff like that. We've got to find the truths that we need to bring ourselves into balance. Doesn't sound like hippie guru stuff, but it's true. Let's put a couple more cards on this journey that we found. We got to take it up. Nine of Wands. I get a sense for a lot of my viewers, a lot of my watchers. You guys, you've been in life for a while. You've been doing stuff. You've been on your journey. You're not brand new to this. And you're tired, right? Maybe it hasn't worked out. Maybe you've tried to hit that spiritual ascension, that next level, but you kind of get dropped back into the more negative energy again, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Well, isn't that life? Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. That's what, I can't remember who said that, but it's true. Anything that's really cool that we do in life you're probably going to suck at it. You're probably going to have to do it many times, right? This is anything from athletics to, it's anything in life, writing, anything. If the more you do something, painting, whatever, the better you get. And if it's truly worthwhile, it's worth putting the wrong energy into it. Does that make sense? Not the wrong energy, the good energy, but doing it wrong, because then that's how we learn to do it right. So whatever you've done in your life has taken you to this point on your spiritual practice. My dark and lovely souls, I don't know the best way to put what I'm telling my folks out there. Spiritual practice, belief system. This is your spirituality. This is your inner magic, however you want to define that. I'm a chaos sorceress. That can be anything. Chaos sorcerer. I don't think I'm a chaos sorceress. The divine feminine shooting through me today. This can be anything from your faith to your belief in magic to your belief in science. Whatever's the belief that drives you, that keeps you motivated, that's your magic. I guess it's the best way I can put it. You got to put the work back in. If you've been doing it for a while and it hasn't been quite the blossoming that you thought it was, but that's okay, because that's the way that life is, right? So, boom. Go back in your heart with the Six of Cups to when you were young. Just right there, or the life before you came down to this one, my dark and lovely soul, if you can remember such a thing. Remember when you were younger. Remember what brought you to your spirituality. Remember the things in life that drew you to the path of the witch or the wizard or the priest or whatever, the shaman, whatever is drawing you here. This is resonating with people that it needs to resonate with. But you got to go back to that. You got to find that back within yourself. As the Beatles once said, you got to get back to where you once belonged, right? You got to find some of that California grass. But you do. And then you find that fire, and you find that desire and that motivation. Again, in my dark and lovely soul, your spirituality will just grow. And what else does the universe need to know? But the devil will hound you. I love my cards because they're so dramatic. I have a wonderful reading. I set it up. You guys are ready to go. And the cards are like, no, Lenny Graves, you're not going to do that. We're going to throw the devil at the end. So you have to talk about self-limitation, because that's the theme of my channel, it seems sometimes. My dark and lovely souls, do not let the devil keep you from paradise. And this is a metaphor, because everybody knows I love the devil. You've seen my tattoos. It's a metaphor. Your version of paradise, Eden, whatever you want to call it, right? Don't let that metaphorical devil, that chaining influence, keep you, because Queen of Cups, the happiness of your heart, the wellspring of your magic. Water is a mystical element. It's like fire. It kind of works for all mystical elements, to be honest with you, my dark and lovely souls. But you're going to find your joy, your emotional happiness, and your craft restored. And this, what I mean, like, is your craft restored. This doesn't necessarily mean like you become Elphaba and you conquer Western Oz, right? That's not what this, or the most magical person. This could be like you're doing tarot for your friends at tea parties more, or you're doing your family's astrology and stuff. You're working your spiritual practice, or you're like, sometimes, people used to have this. There's people that other people need to talk to, or natural empaths and psychics and stuff like that. And especially in the Kali Yuga we live in, you have to find that calling and be that person. But to do that, you have to find balance within yourself and belief within yourself, and remember why you started your spiritual practice and put the work in. My dark and lovely souls, this, usually my readings are about love and money and stuff, but this is real specific, is you are a witch, you are a magician. This comes with certain responsibility, and you know this, and you have to work your craft to make it better. You can't just sit on your laurels and let things happen, right? You just can't. You have to work on your craft. You have to put the time in for meditation, and as much as I hate to say it, because I prefer to write books rather than read them, you have to do, I love to read, you have to do the research. You have to get in there, and you have to, as much of a chaos wizard as I am, or a chaos sorcerer, whatever you want to call it, I believe that we learn things. Like an artist who paints pictures always can learn more from looking at other pictures, right? Other artists, we do that by looking at how other people manipulate, use magic in their craft and stuff like that. So my dark and lovely soul, your spiritual journey, as Karen Carpenter would say, has only just begun. You might feel tired in it, but you have found me today to remind you that you're a witch, you're a magician, you're not a normal person. You don't have a normal life, so you have to do unusual things to make that magic happen. And you're so close on the verge of, like I said, evolving into like a new level of yourself. It's going to be pretty amazing, my dark and lovely soul. So my name is, again, Lenny Graves, and you can find me at the Lenny Graves on TikTok and YouTube, and you can find me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram, and I would love to see you there. If you like the way I read cards, and I really hope you do, you can find card readings, spells, services. I offer a bunch of stuff at thelennygraves.com, except no substitutes, my dark and lovely soul. I do not solicit readings in direct messages or comments. That's just not me, and I don't friend request and stuff like that. Go to my store if you want a reading. I'm going to go like this. You, my beautiful witch, my amazing magician, are just absolutely amazing. So go be amazing. Change the world. Take it easy.